Excuse me. It's been a long day.
We get the evening shift here, right?
Yeah. No worry.
So, all right, we are live in the background here with um, our World of Ability podcast network. We are going to be live on the radio in about 20 seconds, so please stand by. Welcome to Ability MKE Now. My name is Sue Roskoff. Ability MKE Now is a show all about integration, bringing people with disabilities and people that don't have a disability together, enjoying life here in the Milwaukee area. We all have different abilities, and here at Ability MKE Now, we dive into this topic of diverse abilities. The concept of disability hits a wide range of possibilities. We could be talking about physical or mental disabilities, the deaf and hard of hearing community, blindness, chronic pain, mental health diagnosis, goals of substance use reduction, and that list goes on. We all have our own experience with disability, whether it's our own, with people we know, or with people we encounter in our daily lives. Here at Ability MKE Now, we break down the barriers and celebrate the ability in all of us. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to our usual co-host, Michael Martin Hummel. He typically is here joining us, but tonight he had another commitment to take care of. So we're saying big hello to Michael, and we miss you. Hope to see you back here next week where we can continue as usual. But I have the great pleasure of bringing in a new friend to the show, and who is as wonderful as her name. Precious Jewell is a visionary strategist, executive career coach, and founder of HRBoutique, a certified MBE firm. Hailing from Louisville, Kentucky, she is a graduate of Indiana Wesleyan University. Precious is also the author of the memoir Pulling Back the Covers, where she shares her personal journey and struggles. Over the past 15 years, Precious has devoted her professional life to empowering others through human resources. Her expertise has been featured in numerous podcasts and magazines. Furthermore, she is a distinguished graduate of prestigious business cohorts such as Babson College, Leading Women, and the Amber Black Collective. Precious is also a strong advocate for important initiatives like BNI and end workplace abuse. And on a personal note, she is the proud mother of 2 young adults. Precious, I am so incredibly happy to have you joining us here today. How are you?
Hey, Sue. Thank you for having me as well. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. And I'm excited to hear more about what you all do. Tell me about HR Boutique.
Wow. HR Boutique is almost 2 years old. HR Boutique was born November 8th, 2023, which happens to be my late deceased father's birthday. It was born out of necessity and the need to want to be an entrepreneur. Love to go into the story, but you just let me know when.
Actually, go ahead. I would like to hear more.
Yeah, so I was working for a charter school here in the Washington, D.C. area, and unfortunately lost my position. And I didn't really have a plan. But at the time, there was a lot happening. The kids were leaving. Well, our head of school has left the school, and teachers were leaving. And there I was as the human resources manager with didn't really know how to handle such a situation at that time because there was a lot of worry and concern. And at that very moment, during we like to say the building was on fire,
Yep.
and a student came into the office and said, "Miss Precious, I just want to talk and have a girls group." So the pink in the H and the R is for the youth, And the boutique is for strategy, using my 15 years of HR experience to bring opportunity to the youth. And so, November 8th, 2023, I wound up losing that job and wound up opening up my own HR boutique staffing and consulting agency.
Excellent. I love it. And so with opening your own, what has been the what piece of it do you enjoy the most?
I love a challenge. I love to try to figure out, okay, if I'm not doing this correctly, how do I do it correctly for the next? So I love still meeting new people. I'm a talent acquisition company, and so that means you're hiring for your new talent. And so I'm looking to meet new people. I'm eager to meet new people to help them find jobs and help them find a satisfying career. And so I'm able, not only just that, I do work in strategy as well. And that's designing an HR infrastructure from the ground up and helping you grow your people's operations.
And and that's that that human resource is the biggest asset any company has.
Yeah.
And I think, and some companies can forget that part at times, but truly having the right people in the right place makes all the difference. And being
So
able to find those people, so how do you go about that? Do you actually go out and find, kind of headhunt people, or do people come to you?
Well, it's a mixture of both. Recruitment could mean setting up a job fair, attending a job fair. It could be virtual, it could be at a college, it could be at a church, or accepting resumes online through what I call a job portal, or it could be networking. Who do you know that needs an opportunity that I have?
Excellent. So, and I should ask too, do you have a website that you work with?
Yeah, I got a brand new website. It's called HRBoutiqueServices.net.
Excellent. HRBoutiqueServices.net.
Yes.
Perfect. So, with where you're located, then, do you do most things local to you, or do you spread, internet? Do we go far and wide with what your reach is?
Well, I'm hoping to be a virtual HR consultancy agency. So, my model more is I teach you how to start your HR infrastructure, right? Some of the compliance things that you may need from every employee. And then we're walking through your employee handbook, and I'm consulting you on best practices and really kind of holding your hand and being there to answer questions when you start to grow your organization and you need to start hiring your first hire. So, really, I could reach from DC to Wisconsin and Milwaukee.
Excellent. So is that really where your strong suit is then, is kind of in more of the companies that are in that early stages of growth and trying to figure out, okay, I can't do it all myself. I need more people to come in now. Is that really kind of a sweet spot for you?
I think HR Boutique is positioned to help the early entrepreneurs who are looking, they only have one employee, looking to hire the second one. I'm able to come in if it's only just one and help them with a strategy, map out a strategy of next steps. What's the best way to get the best talent in? And then if you are a company over 100 or 50 or 100, I can grow with you. If you are, at your 50th mark and you need to offer health insurance to all of your employees, I, as a benefits administrator, I'm able to help you shop those plans, meet you a broker, get you the right plan for the right budget into the organization, and then be able to help you communicate that strategy to your employees that really is wondering what's in it for me if I work at your company. So I think as myself as the HR architect because I'm able to, one, help build the framework for a successful operations, and then the behind the scenes. So, what computer applications do you need for your organization? What do you want your computer applications to do and say? And then, help you with your people, right? Whenever you have people, you have retirement, you have people coming in, you have people having babies. So you need to know what the law says about those specific situations and make sure that your organization is in alignment.
Excellent. Yeah, compliance is a big thing. You got to make
Yeah,
sure to
absolutely.
follow the rules.
Please
Well, and
do. It'll save you some money in the long run.
mhm. So, and working with, I know like Americans with Disabilities Act, that hiring all inclusive. Do you have a lot of experience in that arena part of it as well?
Absolutely. Nothing in HR, we see it all from life
Mhm.
to death, unfortunately, right? In the middle. So, HR is an advocate for staff and the workplace, and to be able to make sure that the person who's working with us, that they're safe and they feel well, and is there resources that we can provide if life takes a turn as an employer, and can we be a work-life balance culture is what I try to shoot for with my clients.
Oh, that's a hard one too. Work-life balance.
Yeah.
That teeter-totter, sometimes it feels like it weighs one way a lot more than the other.
Good work will always be there. So you got to take care of you, and then you can come back.
Oh, yes.
Sure.
Well, and I know you've written a book. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. So, like I said, I'm not originally from the DC area. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, born and raised in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Had a really tough background back then. I'm a survivor of child abuse, and in 2014, it felt like a chapter in my life had ended, and I wrote a book over a bottle of wine and tears, and it was a sort of a therapy healing moment for me. So I wrote a book. It's called Pulling Back the Covers. It talks about my child abuse that I survived, and my hopes was when I was writing that book was not to bring any shame to my family for things that we went through in the past, but to really give someone else hope around, look at, I was here, and because I was intentional about going after my dreams, I'm now here. So really trying to be an inspiration to people who may have experienced similar challenges.
And we all need somebody we can relate to, and that I'm sure speaks so sadly that happens, right? It's a fact of our world, and to have
Yeah.
someone that to relate to with all that is priceless.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I really wrote the book to just say I was here. But I wanted to mark that I was here, but I didn't stay there. And I think that's important. You could be in a place in life and it looks tight and ugly and all that stuff, right? But you
Hmm.
don't have to stay there. You can grow from your challenges, and you can inspire and do big things like go after your dreams.
Absolutely. Oh, I absolutely love that. And we all need people that we can talk to, people we can lean on and look to. And actually, that reminds me, I know one of the connecting points here with how we met in the first place was through Helpopedia. And I would
Oh,
love to touch on that a little bit too. And what
yeah.
brought you to that? Because that group is amazing. Phil Vitrano is a ball of energy
Uh,
and is all about helping people and helping students and trying to get them from where they are, often like high schoolers, figuring out how to get them to where their goals are with their future. So
yeah.
I'm curious what your experience has been with them.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up Phil. Susan, one of my I network a lot now that I'm trying to grow an American business, and so I network a lot. And I had met Susan Gray, and Susan Gray listened to what it is that I do at HRBoutique, and she thought that Phil would be a great um, introduction for HRBoutique, and so Phil and I talked shortly, and I explained to him my story about some of the things that I overcome and some of the things that I would like to do within HRBoutique, which is to provide opportunity for the youth. And
Mhm.
he thought that was amazing, and then he started to introduce me to some of his friends, and then he added me to a Zoom call. And then next, here I am on a radio show. The
I
power
love it.
of meeting your colleagues are people that have like-minded thoughts about business and youth and community.
So when you're working with youth then, and what is your vision for what your impact can be?
Yeah, so I feel like that I can go into every high school and really go in and tell them, those graduating students that may have a disability or that may be challenged throughout the school year, that no matter what you're facing, that you can and you must graduate, so that you can create a higher standard of living for yourself and your family. And I could be that voice of reasoning, that if I can do it in my situation, you can get focused and do it in your situation and really be impactful that way. And then, secondly, I can also help people see sort of the connection of knowing someone who can help you get to somewhere quicker, easier, faster than having to figure it out on your own, and really be that person who kind of bridges the gap between opportunity and the students and show them what's possible.
I love that. And
Thank you.
that I'm all about, how can we shorten that distance? How can we make things happen more efficiently? Because really, who wants to learn things the hard way all the time, right? If you got to
It's
make
so
all the mistakes
fun.
yourself, it takes so much longer. It's
Yeah,
like,
I've been in the DMV area for 10 years now, and it really took me 10 years of discipline and doing things when things were really hard, when I just wanted to give up, but really keeping on going. And now I'm owning the business and it's growing, and hopefully, I can inspire that young girl to go after her dreams and not give up.
awesome. Well, and do you have any favorite stories of with whether it's something that you've done or a person you've impacted along the way? Do you have any favorite stories you'd like to share?
Let me see. Well, yeah, so it's my girls. I love my girls. They're older now. I have two older girls. One is 21 and one is 28. And when we moved to the DMV area, we were, you know, brand new to the area. And the COVID had happened. Um, COVID, and we also was homeless at one point in time. And me and my youngest daughter said that we would make a pact. She would graduate from high school, and I would graduate us from being homeless. And I remember because she was kind of embarrassed over our situation, which she should have been, but she wound up graduating from high school, and my oldest daughter wound up graduating from college, and it was like a full circle 360. And so I always like to inspire the younger generation that whatever you're going through, you can do it. You just have to stay focused and keep a positive attitude and keep going. Oh,
Love it. That actually gave me goosebumps. I love that. That is so good.
thank you.
Excellent. So, well, and I know you said you do a lot of networking. So, with what is your goal with those that you're meeting at this point? I'm guessing maybe has shifted a bit over time with what you've all been doing.
Yeah, it definitely has. Today I was at the airport here in Virginia, the Dulles Airport, and I was networking with construction and engineering, professional services. And guess what? They all need human resources. They're all looking for great talent. And I was in the room, made some great connections. I'm also building a networking group right now. I'm having my second in live in person networking group October 28th, which happens to be my birthday, where I'm building where business professionals and HR professionals actually talk to one another. and we're going to
Brilliant.
have and we're going to have discussions about business challenges and how HR could help with some of those business challenges from a people operation.
Awesome. That I love that idea. That I can see so much value because I mean, I work at a university actually, and there's that whole aspect of, how important HR is, but it's hard to stay connected. They're super busy and to be engaged. And I know that they work hard to make sure engagement happens across campus. But
Yeah.
we're just big enough, we're small enough that it works, but we're just big enough where sometimes it's a challenge.
Bit of a disconnect somewhere. Understood, right? And so,
Mhm.
really bringing some resources to the business community that we think can help shape the conversation for tomorrow.
And that's so huge to be forward looking and to see where are we headed and to be able to plan for that. That's
Yeah,
plan for where we're going and with lessons from behind from where we've been, but planning
yeah.
future.
Yeah, I really like to design and plan the future and take what we learned and put it toward something new and try that out too, right? Be a trailblazer.
So we need more people with that mindset and that passion to move things forward versus, I'm just doing my job and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and I'm going to stay in my lane and that's it. We need more people who can take us past that, beyond that. And with what you're doing with HRBoutique, I'm hearing that you are looking for ways to make things better for people, to expand and to grow and to be that voice.
Yeah, and you know what? It's okay. It's okay if you fail and you need to do it 100 times again, as long as you keep going. And that's the motivation I like to leave. That's the legacy I like to leave.
Which is music to my ears. I absolutely love that. It's one of those pieces that I think about in the mornings. That there's a group that gets together called the Motivation Readers Mastermind Network, and they're all about growth, and they're all about reading books that can lead you in that direction. And I absolutely love what I hear in you is a lot of what I hear with that organization
Mhm.
too, and it's beautiful. It's
Thank
that forward
you.
mindset.
You know, that's the with everything that I've been through, that was the way that I was able to like be narrow focused and not look at all the stuff that I've had to overcome because I think that would have taken away from where I was trying to go. So really canceling out the noise and looking toward the future, regardless of what people have to say, and even what you might have to say about yourself. Like, I can't do that. I haven't been to school in forever. I probably can't do that, right? But still, just getting up and keep going.
That's huge. I think there was a book, Failing Forward, that I think it was a John Maxwell book. And one thing that stuck in my head, it's like we're gonna fall down, right? We're gonna fall. It's fine. It's okay. But while you're down there, pick something up. And that has stuck with me for some odd reason of, okay, just because something didn't go right, while you're in that space, make a difference yet. That doesn't mean things stop. It means I have a different opportunity right now to do something about this situation.
There were so many times because I'm not afraid to say this, but I didn't come from money, right? And there were so many times where money was sort of like the foundation of what you need to move forward. And I felt like, oh my God, I can't do it. Right. There were so many times I could have gave up, but
Mm.
I always like to listen to Les Brown. And he says, if you can look up, then you can get up. And I
Yes.
keep thinking, oh, like, but I had to get up because me staying there wasn't going to change my situation. There it is. So if you can look up, then you can get
That, that right there, that words to live by. You absolutely.
up.
Oh, so well, I'm wondering if do you have any specific kind of take home message that you would like to make sure to leave with people, with what our conversations all been, with what you all do, and I know with what you're doing with the youth, I absolutely love all the things I'm hearing.
Thank
What
you,
what
Susan.
what would what would you like to be sure to leave with people?
I would say that your mind has power. And what I mean by that is if it's negative and sad and defeating, then your situation may or may not change. But if it is positive and uplifting and encouraging, and you talk to yourself in a positive way, I think that you can do anything. You could be unstoppable. And I think you deserve it for yourself to be unstoppable in this lifetime. So that's what I would leave with you.
My gosh. And that's huge because I think that speaks volumes to me personally when I'm hearing being unstoppable. That because I think there's so many places in our lives where somebody says, "Oh, you can't do that," or you're not good enough for this part. That's stuff that sticks with us, right?
It's like it's self defeating.
Yes.
And
But you
let's be
realize,
honest, the world is already mean. So why be mean to ourselves? Why don't we, boost ourselves up and say, you know what, you've done hard things. You can do some more hard things if you put your best foot forward.
yes. Oh my gosh. Reminding ourselves of that. That's a huge piece. And
Yeah.
oh, so with what you do, I remind us again, what is your website?
Mhm. So, anyone interested, you can go to HRBoutiqueServices.net. I love to hear your feedback. I just got a brand new website, so love to hear your feedback.
Excellent. So, well, and I know I have just a moment here. I got to make sure to mention an event that is happening locally here that's going on actually right now in the next few days yet. There's it's family oriented. I absolutely love what this
Oh,
organization is doing in friends.
yes.
And it's all about resale of like anything kid related, kids clothing, kids supplies, all of that kind of stuff. And I've got friends that have just they become friends over time here, folks that I've met through this organization. And right now, this event is taking place at the Waukesha County Expo. It's actually at the 4-H Forum building at the fairgrounds, and it's happening for the next few days here yet. Information is available. It's easy to find. But that is something that I have actually been working with them the last few years and love what I do with them, love the
Oh,
families that it benefits. And it's been a big positive in my world. And I know it's been a big positive for a lot of people who come and partake in however it is that they have been. I know people that work there, I know people that sell stuff there, and I'm part of the crowd on both ends of that. And I absolutely love what the organization does and what they're able to do for families. And
oh,
so I just want to make that mention of because I didn't know about it until just a few years ago, and they've been in existence for quite a few years. So that's something I like
wow.
sharing.
Wow. And you know what? Just to see the kids smile on their face and giving back to the kids, that's so important. It's all about the kids, right?
It is. So, well, Precious, I am so glad you're able to join us here. This again has been Precious Jewell with HR Boutique. My name again is Sue Roscoff, and